Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. We have Michael Mo, co-founder and CEO of KULR Technologies, presenting. Go ahead.
All right. Hey, thank you so much, Dan, for having me here today. And thank you for everybody for joining us. My name is Michael Mo. I'm the co-founder, CEO of KULR Technology Group. Good morning. Oops. All right. So the safe harbor statements. Quick introduction about KULR Technology Group. We come from over 30 years of heritage in developing carbon fiber thermal energy management systems for space applications. Our products are trusted by NASA to be used on the Mars rover 2020 Perseverance program, on the International Space Station, and also numerous different aerospace and defense applications. Our mission is to take these space-proven technologies and apply to the world of lithium-ion batteries and electronics to keep them cooler, lighter, and safer. And our customers and partners include the likes of Lockheed Martin, Airbus, Raytheon, and other commercial customers. Our technology target multiple billion-dollar markets, which we'll talk about. And we have a management team that has decades of experience in technology product development, marketing, leadership, and the public company finances. Quick introduction about our management team. Again, my name is Michael Mo. I'm the co-founder CEO. I have been in the semiconductor and technology industry for over 25 years. I received my undergrad and master's degree from University of California in Santa Barbara in electrical engineering and computer science. Joined us earlier this year is Keith Cochran as our president and COO. He has spent 25 years at Jabil prior to this, and most recently as the senior vice president responsible for their $3.7 billion smartphone manufacturing business in Asia. And he comes from a rich background in business operations, supply chain management, and manufacturing automation. Join us in Q2 of this year is Greg Provenzano as our VP of Sales and Marketing. Greg joined us with over 35 years of experience in leadership in worldwide sales, in electronics components, design services, and system solutions across a wide variety of industries, and most notably at the advanced energy and aero electronics. At KULR, he would play a key role in driving our sales strategy and channel strategy and pivoting us to large volume distribution of the products and to meet our strategic goals. Here is a quick overview of the KULR Technologies technology portfolio. Our core technology is a carbon fiber matrix material that's very lightweight and conduct heat more efficiently than other materials. And we make that matrix material here in-house in San Diego, California. On the battery side, safety side of solution, we have a Hydra TRS solution. That's something that we've developed for NASA JSC since 2016, and we received multiple patents on that technology. It's used on the International Space Station to store the astronauts' laptop batteries and the Microsoft Surface Pros without risk of the fire and explosion on board. Then there's our KULR Tech battery safety case. That's a Department of Transportation that has received the Department of Transportation special permit for a 2.1 kilowatt-hour battery, safe shipping for recycled DDR and prototype batteries. The LIRA ISC, which is the internal short circuit technology, is something that the NASA invented to test for battery safety for space applications. And KULR became the exclusive licensee and commercialization partner for that in 2018. And then we've been serving customers in the EV, electrical aviation, and energy storage markets with that technology. On the right-hand side is our thermal management technology, and the most notably ERA, the thermal capacitor, is the technology that's on board the Mars rover 2020 program to keep the Sherlock instrument operating in ideal conditions on Mars. Since the inception of KULR, our long-term growth strategy has been to co-develop cutting-edge thermal energy management technologies alongside NASA, DoD, and DOE partners to develop those cutting edge technology based on their requirements. It also worked closely in collaboration with regulatory agencies and international testing organizations such as FAA, UN, UL, and etc. to excuse me, to incorporate these technology into mass market products. In the second quarter of 2021, well, we've seen that strategy starting to materialize into encouraging initial results with meaningful upside potentials in two key markets, in the battery transportation and the energy storage product, which I will talk about. As excited as we were about all the space missions and programs that we were involved in, we're more excited about the opportunities to apply our technologies into multiple billion-dollar markets, such as energy storage, EV, and cloud computing infrastructures. The global lithium-ion battery market will hit $10 billion by 2024, and we believe battery safety will be a critical aspect to enable this $100 billion market. The lithium-ion battery recycling industry is forecast to grow to about $18 billion by 2030. And transportation safety, we believe, is also a critical component of that. And the EV market is forecast to grow from 3 million units in 2019 to over 27 million units by 2030. And as you can see from many of the current OEM challenges with battery safety, it will be a critical component for that as well. The global thermal management materials and device market is forecast to reach over $16 billion by 2024, driven by the proliferation of cloud computing, AI, and 5G deployment, where more data, faster network, and the smaller devices are driving the need for better heat management. Here's a snapshot of some of the lithium-ion battery energy management projects that KULR has been working on in Q2 of 2021. We have designed a battery cell screening and testing automation system for our DoD and aerospace customers to serve their strategic battery reserve initiatives. We have sourced the critical test and automation equipment to build out a proprietary test pilot program. We anticipate this system to be capable of processing up to 1.2 million cells per year for 18650 and 21700 cylindrical battery cells. The test pilot system is expected to be fully operational by first half of 2022. On the energy storage side, we expect our energy storage customer to pass UL certification and also the new state battery safety certification in Q3 of this year and enter into volume production with KULR in the fourth quarter of this year. During Q2, we also successfully secured 3 separate U.S. Department of Transportation DOT special permits to allow for the safe transportation of lithium-ion batteries. Our special permits allow for up to 2.1 kilowatt hours capacity, which is about 7 times the energy capacity compared to our competitors. The energy was tested by NASA, has been used on the International Space Station since 2019. We believe that we are the only company in the market right now with a product that is DOT approved for storage and transportation of lithium-ion batteries that can manage up to 2.1 kilowatt hour in capacity for recycle, prototype, and DDR batteries. By the way, DDR stands for damaged, defective, and recall batteries. One of the examples is, as you can remember, the Samsung Galaxy Note, the recall a few years back. Those are called DDR batteries. Now we're working with battery recycling, e-mobility, and power tool companies to deploy this solution into commercial use. We take a multi-pronged approach to serve our customers in different markets. Most of our engagements start with engineering, design, and testing services. And once we develop the custom solution for the customer, we offer them the product for sale or IP licensing for high volume customers, which will allow the customer to be more flexible to integrate our product into their supply chain, making it more scalable and potentially lower cost for everybody. It's important for shareholders to know that our business model continues to evolve from being a component supplier to provide more design and testing services to our customer, and all the way to finished products. The next phase of the evolution is to provide a total solution, system solution to address the market needs. To scale up to be such a system provider more quickly and also more capital efficiently in markets such as EV, energy storage, and hypersonic vehicle thermal management systems. We will actively seek partners for joint venture, technology licensing, and other strategic partnership models. The goal is really to leverage our thermal design expertise and portfolio of IPs and create market-leading products, which will enable us to take to market and capture more value for our shareholders. Here are some of the government and defense clients. We supply the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, with the internal short circuit technology to evaluate passenger lithium-ion battery malfunction that can cause fire and smoke incident on board aircrafts. The most exciting event, obviously, for 2020 and early 2021 was the launch and the landing of the Mars rover Perseverance. Our heat sink was part of the Sherlock instrument to keep the optics and the sensors on the rover in optimal operating conditions. And they're the eyes and ears on the rover that are looking for signs of life on Mars. We also work with NASA Marshall Space Center to build 3D printed battery systems fully safe for manned and robotic space missions. And the goal is to be able to 3D print these battery solutions on the moon as part of the Artemis project going to the moon. We also work with multiple DoD prime contractors and etc. And then for the 3D printed system, the goal is for NASA to print on the moon, but for us is to leverage that technology and eventually to 3D print the safe battery systems on Earth terrestrial applications very, very scalably and cost effectively. On the commercial customer side, we've announced a number of commercial customer engagements as listed below. The near commercialization opportunity is really for us to bring the TRS, the thermal runaway shield technology, to energy storage, electrical transportation, and also the battery transportation market. On the energy storage side, we're have announced our partnership with Volta Energy for grid enterprise energy products, and we're working with them very, very closely now to meeting and passing the safety regulation standards, and we look forward to the product ramp later 2021 and into 2022. We are also the official thermal management and battery safety technology partner for Andretti Technologies, which is the advanced technology arm of Andretti Autosports, founded by Michael Andretti. As part of the alliance, we are building a thermal management testing and design platform for high-performance battery solutions. We'll be focused on co-developing and co-marketing battery safety and high-performance thermal management technologies to serve the motorsports world and eventually get into the mass market EV applications. In that path, we're trying to take a page out of the playbook from industry leaders such as Tesla and Lucid Motors, where they all started out with high performance platforms such as the Roadster and the Formula E platforms, and we will try to do the same with serving the the motorsports world with this partnership, and eventually going down the technology curve and going to mass market EV applications. Here's a snapshot of some of the product development roadmap for us. Over the past 2 quarters, our team has been working very hard on developing our first generation smart and safe battery pack with inherently safe battery cells integrated with our KULR's own proprietary thermal management systems. The materials directly to create a higher performance battery pack that's inherently safe. And we're targeting this product for the drone market as our first application. And then we'll be showcasing that product later on, actually in Q4 of this year. We've also started developing our own smart battery system, which include both hardware and software platforms to monitor the health of the battery cells. By integrating the the software and services with the hardware, would enable us to have better control over the data intelligence. Our long-term vision is to provide a completely integrated hardware and software solution platform to manage the battery safety and thermal stability. We will be showcasing more of that technology at our upcoming Battery Solutions Day on September 21st, 2021. We have also started research and development initiative using a carbon fiber structure to produce a battery cell with higher energy density and faster charging capabilities. Some people call it potentially to be a super cell battery. We believe that fast charging is the killer app for next generation batteries. Right now, overheating is one of the key limiting factors for to achieve fast charging for our batteries. We think that there might be a way to use our carbon fiber matrix inside the cell to reduce the thermal and electrical resistance of the cell, and therefore can dissipate the heat more effectively. To address this, we're developing and testing new battery architecture with the carbon fiber matrix. We want to have it to work with both existing chemistries such as NMC and LFP, as well as new chemistries such as solid-state batteries. This is certainly a long-term strategic development for KULR, and we also hope to provide some preliminary test results at our Battery Solutions Day on September 21st. But this is going to be a multi-quarter, potentially a multi-year, long-term strategic development for us. As we accelerate our investments into new technology developments in smart battery platforms, in battery cell screening and testing automation, as well as fast charging battery architectures, we continue to grow our sales in our traditional aerospace and defense business as well. Our Q2 revenue that we just reported earlier this week increased over 200% year over year, as we continue to make some very significant investments in all areas of our business to sustain, expand in 2021 and beyond. We raised $6.5 million in equity capital on May 20th, which really strengthened our balance sheet and helped us facilitate the uplist to the NYSE New York the New York Stock Exchange, the American Exchange, on June 7th, 2021. In addition to that, we received approximately $3.7 million in Q2 from exercise of warrants to purchase an aggregate about 3 million shares, common shares, and also approximately $1.5 million in July from the exercise of warrants to purchase up to 1.2 million shares. So now we have approximately 5.2 million shares of warrants left, and with $12 million in cash at the end of Q2 and virtually no debt, we are in the strongest financial position in the company's history. Just to summarize for investors, shareholders, we're building a suite of products and services to provide a total solution for battery thermal management and safety. We believe this is going to be a critical technology building block for the whole electrification revolution. And also as industries and regulations demand more sustainable solutions for recycling, clean energy for the circular economy, we're well positioned to enjoy the tailwind of shift to ESG investment initiatives. We have an attractive and scalable business model with multiple product lines and revenue streams to serve the life cycle of the battery circular economy. We have tier 1 customers and partners in the government, aerospace, defense, and commercial sectors. We have a strong and growing patent portfolio. Our space-proven technology is critical platform play for multiple billion-dollar high-growth markets, and our experienced management team is dedicated, in the long-term growth of the company to increase shareholder value. Last but not least, just a quick reminder, please join us at our first Battery Solutions Day on Tuesday, September the 21st, 1 p.m. to about 2:30 p.m. East Coast time. For more details, you can come to KULRtechnology.com to register, or you can email at bsd@KULRtechnology.com. So that concludes my presentation for today. Thank you for your time, and we can open up for Q&A for now. Hello? Oh, I have a question here. Who's your major competitor and what advantage do they have over you? Good question. I would say that most of our kind of a thermal management, I should go back, sorry. Most of our thermal management products, or the battery safety products, in that we are competing against some in-house solutions. A lot of customers are, developing, testing them in-house, and then we're competing against mostly thermal barriers, insulator technologies. And some of the challenge that you have with the battery safety and battery thermal management, it's kind of a multi-dimensional problem. You need both thermal conductivity and thermal resistance, depends on which phase of the application that you're in. So I think that our product is very uniquely positioned to solve those kind of new type of problems. All right. Hey, Dan, I don't see any other questions, so maybe we can conclude.
And just, yes, let's do that. But just reiterate one more time, if anybody has any other questions, please look to the bottom for the Q&A box. They'll have to be typed in. So we'll do one more last call for Q&A.
Sure.
Okay, looks like that's it then. Great. Well, thank you oh, here we go. One more question.
What are you patenting? Oh, I guess the question is, what kind of technology are you trying to patent? Good question. Our patent strategy has been on the application side. The core, we have some patents around the core matrix of the carbon fiber material and etc. We typically do not patent the manufacturing process because that kind of presents the blueprint for people to make modifications on. So we patent on the application, the effect of that, the architecture of that. So some of the patents that have been granted recently has been around, battery safety, using the thermal runaway shield TRS product inside the battery pack, as well as surrounding the battery pack for the storage and transportation. And we'll continue to have new, more patents filed and in the patent pipeline as we apply these core pieces into new applications and configurations. And then also, just to kind of add on top of that, we are also looking at licensing, become exclusive licensee, and acquiring different patents from government agencies, from academia, that will complement what we have to build out a full patent portfolio and product portfolio on top of that. This is what we've been doing with the NASA and the DOE folks. Hope that answered your question.
Okay, and I think that concludes it. Thank you very much, Michael. And thanks to KULR Technologies, and thank you for all of our attendees.
Great. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.